did you pick these different individuals and what was that research process like?
Yeah, everyone always wants to know. Well, my show is a timeline basically from then till now, Black American history through character voices. I call them voices, and those are the people that I represent or that you hear or see on the screen. So you don't hear from JDew. I'm not telling any jokes. I'm not throwing any t-shirts, none of that. I'm not commenting on anything the president tweeted. What we're talking about and hearing is what these people had to say in their own lifetime about their own issues and own topics.
It's just like sometimes you need somebody to help you figure out how to grow.
Yeah, well, and that's the beautiful thing about dialogue and debate and theater, even bringing it to people in a way that's not very oppressive or controversial. And if we are starting out, two different people are starting out at some opposite sides of the spectrum, theater has always been a way, drama has always been a way to break down the walls.
So how have you pivoted to make sure that we're continuing to educate and bring this wonderful experience to different communities?
Great question. So, and I see Natasha there. I love it that your family was there. Your great aunt was there. I've been able to present this in front of just a handful of people who were at that original Dr. King, oration for the March on Washington in 1963. So we went from World War III to murder hornets to Kobe Bryant to all of a sudden I was homeschooling my kids. And then the unfortunate circumstances of Minneapolis, Atlanta, and all over the world. Now, I have no doctorate, so you have to ask Nika what you're supposed to say, but I'll say the majority community, the dominant culture, started to reach out to me. But at that time, I decided to launch into a new opportunity for Juneteenth. We called it One Voice, Black and Blue. So we ended up driving up to DC and I did the King speeches, two of which I do. And we put those things together, put the show together, and became a virtual online experience.
Where did you find all the information for all those people?
Hey, the internet is something crazy that these people didn't have when they were kids, but we all have it. What I did was I took Mr. Walker's story, like I mentioned, and I knew that I was going to perform. I knew that I could do that and hopefully handle it in a way that, was very similar to the original experience. And so I knew I had to put Dr. King's dream speech in there. So that was the first piece that I knew I had to go figure out how to put it together and how to embody the experience back in the march.
How do you recover from messing up?
Got to remember what your transitions are. And Frederick Douglass talks about his parents and grandparents. And I need to transition until the part where I reveal that Frederick Douglass, the character, doesn't know who his dad really was. And there are parts in the show that you saw where I have missed lines sometimes when I'm doing it live. But I gotta remember what the main point is. I gotta transition to.
Best piece of advice for these young 12, 13-year-olds as they are finding their voice.
The better you can communicate to yourself and other people, the better your life will be.